Bennifer 3.0, JLo and Ben Affleck spark reunion rumors after red carpet comeback. Wait, did anyone else see that? Because Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez just locked eyes on the red carpet and the internet lost its mind. After months of silence, rumors of divorce, and speculation that Bennifer was done for good, they showed up at the same movie premiere, and what happened next might just be the start of Bennifer 3.0. Was it destiny or a perfectly timed Hollywood setup? Because when those cameras started flashing, it wasn't just two exes sharing a moment, it was 20 years of love, heartbreak, and unfinished business written across their faces. But here's the twist. What fans caught on video that night and what insiders are now whispering could change everything we thought we knew about JLo and Ben. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and join the Celeb Lux Life fam, where we don't just spill the tea, we sip it with style. Now grab your popcorn, because this isn't just a reunion, it's a Hollywood resurrection. It happened on October 6, 2025, the New York premiere of Kiss of the Spider-Woman. The night was supposed to be about cinema, fashion, and art, but it quickly turned into something much bigger. A living, breathing Bennifer moment. Jennifer Lopez arrived first, stepping out of her car like she was born for the flash of 1,000 cameras. She wore a jaw-dropping Harris Reed gown, black silk, sculpted shoulders, the kind of look that whispers power and control. Reporters shouted her name, cameras exploded with light, and for a few seconds, it felt like the world had stopped spinning. Then, the crowd gasped, because walking through the opposite side of the carpet was none other than Ben Affleck. The ex-husband, the man she once called her forever, the man the world still connects to her name. No one expected it, not the fans, not even some members of the press. Because here's the twist. Ben wasn't there as a guest. He was one of the executive producers of the film through his company Artists Equity. That means the movie wouldn't even exist without him. And so for the first time since their divorce, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were not just in the same room, but they were in the same frame. The tension was electric. You could feel it in the air, that strange mix of nostalgia, pain, and unfinished business. They smiled politely, they posed together, cameras flashed nonstop as they stood side by side, and in that moment, the world collectively held its breath. Because even though they were just inches apart, everything, their eyes, their movements, their expressions, told a much bigger story. Now, here's where it gets interesting. During the event, Jennifer took the microphone. She looked radiant, confident, in control, the superstar she's always been, and in front of the entire audience, she thanked Ben Affleck. Word for word, she said, this movie wouldn't have been made without Ben and without Artists Equity. The crowd clapped, cameras rolled. But Ben's reaction, that's what had everyone talking. He smiled, but not just a polite smile. It was something warmer, softer, almost proud. A few minutes later, he returned the gesture, praising her performance, calling it incredible, and saying she was born for this role. The chemistry, the respect, the connection, it was all still there. Twitter, or rather X, exploded. Fans said it was poetic, others called it haunting. Memes were born within minutes. Ben Affleck, the man who never really left. And that was only the beginning. Because as soon as the event ended, whispers started flooding the internet. Multiple outlets from Vogue to People to Harper's Bazaar ran stories calling it a red carpet reunion. One headline literally read, "Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck reunite and fans are losing it." Hashtags like Bennifer 3, Red Carpet Reunion, and Bennifer Forever started trending worldwide. But the most viral theory came from a fan who claimed to have been at the premiere. According to her tweet, which has over 500,000 likes now, JLo and Ben were seen sharing a long, emotional hug backstage before the screening started. No video proof yet, but the rumor has taken on a life of its own. Some insiders have hinted it's true, while others say it was just a quick, friendly hello. Still, fans don't care. They've decided this was the moment Bennifer 3.0 was born. Now, here's where the story takes an even wilder turn. Earlier this week, Jennifer appeared on the Today Show. During the interview, when the host casually mentioned her divorce, she shut it down instantly.
"There you go," she said sharply, cutting him off mid-sentence before smiling and pivoting back to her work. And yes, she made sure to mention Ben's role in the film. Fans read between the lines. Was that a defensive reaction from someone who's moved on, or someone who's still protecting her ex? Comments under the clip are divided. She's still in love with him. She's trying too hard to act like she's not. She's playing it smart. She knows the camera loves the mystery. And you know what? They're all right in some way. Because when it comes to Bennifer, nothing is ever simple. Let's rewind for a second, because this reunion didn't just happen out of nowhere. Their love story has been one of Hollywood's most dramatic cycles. They met in 2002, fell head over heels, got engaged, and were set to marry until the pressure of fame, paparazzi, and tabloids tore them apart. In 2004, they called it off. For years, it seemed like that was it. Then came 2021, and against all odds, they rekindled. The world went wild. It was the comeback love story of the century. They got married in Las Vegas, then celebrated with a stunning ceremony at Ben's Georgia estate. For a while, it looked like happily ever after. But by 2024, things started to crumble again. Reports of tension, separate houses, irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized in early 2025. It was over, or so we thought. Because now, less than a year later, they're standing together again, on a red carpet, smiling, laughing, whispering. So what does it mean? Some say it's just good PR, two professionals promoting the same film. Others insist there's something deeper, something unspoken. And if you ask the fans, they'll tell you they're soulmates. They just needed time. Before we continue, a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the most talked about reunion in Hollywood, hit that subscribe button right now. Celeb Lux Life brings you the latest celebrity drama, luxury moments, and red carpet secrets every single day. Because trust me, what happens next between JLo and Ben might just change everything.
The lights dimmed, the red carpet cleared, the cameras stopped flashing. But according to insiders, the real story began the moment the press walked away. People who were at the Kiss of the Spider-Woman premiere say there was a distinct shift in energy once Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck stepped inside. Gone were the posed smiles and rehearsed greetings. What remained was something quieter, something raw. One source reportedly told People magazine that JLo and Ben shared a surprisingly warm moment backstage. They weren't overly affectionate, but there was a connection. That kind of magnetic familiarity that doesn't fade even after heartbreak. Another source described it as a moment of mutual respect, but fans online aren't buying the polite version. Because on TikTok, the comments under red carpet clips are flooded with speculation. That's not respect, that's tension. Look at how he looks at her. He's still in love. Bennifer 3.0 is happening, mark my words. And then there's the now viral slow motion clip that fans have dissected frame by frame. It shows Ben looking at JLo while she greets the film's director. Just a small glance, less than a second, but fans swear you can see everything in that look. One fan wrote, "That's the look of a man remembering everything." Another said, "He's trying not to stare, but his heart's already across the carpet." The clip now has over 7 million views, and even gossip blogs have started calling it the Affleck glance. But that wasn't the only clue. Later in the evening, when JLo took the stage to thank the cast and crew, cameras caught Ben in the audience clapping. Not just casually, but with that slow, admiring smile that says, "I'm proud, but I can't say it out loud." The question is, why now? Why appear at the same event? Why share the same stage when the divorce is still so fresh? Some fans think this was fate. Others believe it was deliberate PR magic. But a growing number of Hollywood insiders claim this reunion may not be coincidence at all. According to a source reportedly close to the production team, Ben and JLo were in touch weeks before the premiere. Not romantically, but professionally. They had to coordinate details for the movie's release, since his company, Artis Equity, had creative control. But here's where it gets juicy. The same source claims the tone of their calls became surprisingly friendly. They started sharing jokes, reminiscing, even teasing each other about old habits.
the kind of conversations that only people with history can have. And apparently, Ben insisted on attending the premiere in person, even though he could have easily skipped it and sent his producing partner, Matt Damon, instead. So, was this about the movie, or was it about her? Even celebrity friends are chiming in subtly. Someone close to JLo's inner circle liked a tweet that said, "Love always finds its way back." Fans immediately noticed. So are we seeing the start of Bennifer 3.0, or are they just rewriting their ending with grace? That's the question we're all asking tonight. And honestly, it's hard not to believe in the fairy tale again. Because let's face it, their story has always felt cinematic. The perfect blend of passion, pain, and destiny. So, the internet has officially exploded. Since that unforgettable red carpet reunion, the Bennifer fandom has been working overtime, dissecting every clip, decoding every caption, and uncovering clues that might confirm one of Hollywood's biggest comeback stories. Within just 48 hours, hashtags like Bennifer 3.0, JLo and Ben, and Bennifer Forever flooded social media, with millions of users posting theories, edits, and emotional tributes. And let me tell you, the theories range from heart-meltingly romantic to wildly scandalous. Let's start with Theory 1, the secret reconciliation plan. According to several popular gossip accounts, including Dumois, Pop Faction, and a few eagle-eyed insiders on X, Ben and JLo have been quietly rebuilding their relationship for months. Apparently, the split earlier this year was less of a divorce and more of a trial separation. Their teams reportedly advised them to take space before the negative press tanked both of their brands. One anonymous insider even claimed that they never stopped talking. It just wasn't the kind of love you can turn off. Fans point to the timing. Right as JLo's documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, started trending again on streaming, Ben appeared in public for the first time in weeks. Coincidence? Or a carefully timed soft launch of Bennifer 3.0? Now, theory number 2, the redemption arc. This one's my favorite because it's straight out of a Hollywood script. People think Ben and JLo are slowly rebuilding their public image, not as perfect newlyweds, but as two flawed people who chose to fight for love in a world that constantly tests it. Fans say their red carpet reunion was symbolic, not just a PR moment, but a statement. We've been through the storm, but we're still here. Even major outlets like Variety and Entertainment Tonight have started using softer language in their coverage, phrases like rekindled connection and hope for reconciliation. And you know Hollywood, when the tone shifts, something is brewing behind the scenes. Then there's theory number 3, the dinner that changed everything. According to someone who claims to work at that private Beverly Hills restaurant, JLo and Ben's table wasn't just random. It was reserved days in advance under a private alias. The waiter allegedly overheard laughter, toasts, and, here's the kicker, Ben saying, "It's good to laugh with you again." Now, can we confirm that? Absolutely not. But does it sound exactly like something fans want to believe? 100%. Because let's face it, Bennifer isn't just a couple, they're a cultural event. Their story is the modern-day version of a Hollywood fairy tale that keeps rewriting itself. And here's where it gets even more poetic. When JLo was asked about past loves during a recent interview for her beauty line, she smiled and said, "Some loves never really leave you. They just take different forms." Fans went into meltdown mode. Was she talking about Ben? Meanwhile, just 2 days later, Ben was photographed wearing that silver watch again, the one from their 2002 music video, Jenny from the Block. You can't make this stuff up. It's like they're talking to each other in secret messages, through accessories, interviews, and glances that tell a story words can't. But not everyone is convinced. Some skeptics think the whole thing is strategic marketing. After all, both stars have upcoming projects. JLo has her fashion campaign and Netflix collaboration, and Ben's production company is gearing up for a new release. A reunion, even a rumored one, generates headlines, clicks, and endless free publicity. Yet even if it is PR, the chemistry is undeniable. You can fake a lot in Hollywood, but you can't fake that look. You know the one, that tiny half smile he gives her when she walks into the room, that spark in her eyes when she hears him laugh. It's real, and fans know it. Now, the most talked about fan theory of them all, Theory 4, the destiny loop. People are saying Bennifer's love story mirrors their own lives, two people who had to fall apart to come back together stronger. There's this viral post with nearly 500K likes that sums it up perfectly. Ben and JLo's love not about perfection, it's about timing. Sometimes you meet your person too soon, but destiny brings them back when you're both ready. Goosebumps, right? Because deep down, we all love a redemption story, especially one wrapped in designer gowns, Oscar suits, and decades of history. And here's where we hit the emotional core. Maybe the story isn't about gossip or fame. Maybe it's about second chances. The idea that no matter how many times life drags you through the headlines, love finds a way to rewrite the ending. Maybe that's why millions of people can't look away. Because if they can find their way back, maybe we all can. So, what happens next? Insiders say both JLo and Ben are keeping things low-key, focusing on their families and maintaining mutual respect. But those same insiders admit there's a genuine fondness between them that never went away. Will they get back together? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear as day. Bennifer's story isn't over. It's evolving. It's reawakening. And maybe, just maybe, we're watching the greatest. Now, if you've made it this far, you're clearly one of us, part of the Celeb Lux Life fam who lives for the drama, the love stories, the heartbreak, and the comebacks that define Hollywood. So here's what I want you to do. Hit that subscribe button. Don't just tap it, smash it. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next Bennifer update. And drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Bennifer 3.0 is real love or Hollywood strategy? I'll be replying to the most interesting takes. And trust me, some of your theories are wilder than the tabloids themselves. Because on Celeb Lux Life, we don't just spill the tea, we sip it with style. Until next time, stay glamorous, stay curious, and remember, in Hollywood, no story ever truly ends.